Yo guys, how you doing? UFC Fight Night Abu Dhabi just ended. I'm going to give my full reaction to all of the fights on the card. This was a little bit of an up and down card. Main event was sucked, but there was a few highlight performances. There was a few boring fights. I'll get onto these two in a fucking minute. Jesus Christ. But it was an alright card. There was some good performances. Anyway, let's start with the first fight of the night, which was Cody Gibson versus Abdul Hussein. I said Abdul Hussein would get it done by submission in the later rounds. He got it done by submission in the third round. I'm pretty sure it was an arm triangle. I will say one thing though, Abdul Hussein did look small for bantamweight. Don't get me wrong, Cody Gibson is big for bantamweight, but he did look small, so I wouldn't be surprised if he does move down to flyweight. Not too much to say about this one. Gets it done in the third round by submission. As I said, 1-0 predictions, great start. Moving on, Nurullo Aliev versus Mike Davis. Nurullo Aliev gets it done by decision because the guy has literally no finishing potential whatsoever. This has caused a bit of controversy, this fight. Mike Davis has been complaining on social media because apparently after his fight for Erceg a while back, he was told it was boring and they cut him if he didn't start fighting and entertain him. Now he's having a go at Aliev for fighting like this, calling it gay. I mean, it is gay. I mean, I think he had like 30 minutes of control time or something stupid like that. But then again, Mike Davis could have done more when he was on the feet, when he had the opportunities on the feet. But it is boring as fuck. That's the baseline of it. That's what it is. Yeah, Aliev has no finishing potential whatsoever. 13 minutes of control time. This is what I don't get here. These guys have 30 minutes of control time. They don't even try and get a submission or anything, or try and advance, or try and land like effective ground and pound. Like, at least be effective with your wrestling. Do you know what I mean? These guys don't even try and be effective. They don't try and get anything with it. They just hold you down and bum you for 15 minutes straight, or 25 minutes like Makhachev did against JDM, and Chimaev against DDP. That's what I don't get. Yeah, Nurullo Aliev has no finishing potential whatsoever. He's 4-0 in the UFC now, but no finishing potential whatsoever. All decisions. Is what it is. Moving on. Magomed Tuchalov versus Brendan Ribeiro. This was a very low level fight to watch, to be honest. I said Brendan Ribeiro is not the greatest, and I said Tuchalov isn't proven. Like, this is the guy that's been fighting the most random guys you've ever seen on the Russian regional scene. Sorry. First round, Brendan Ribeiro won. Tuchalov looked really scared on the feet. He didn't look comfortable at all. Ribeiro was just putting pressure on him. Wasn't really landing that much, to be honest, at all. But he's just advancing. He's putting Tuchalov on the back foot. He's landing a few jabs, a few straight shots here and there. Second round comes out, and I think you'll see by the stats here. Second round he comes out, gets his wrestling going, and that's what won in this fight. Goes back to the wrestling, comes out second round, third round. Look, 6 takedowns here in the third, 2 down here in the second, and Ribeiro couldn't do anything about it. He got completely thrown about in the third round, and I don't know what you do with Brendan Ribeiro. I don't see anyone that you can beat in the lightweight division. I mean, I think one of the only guys he's beaten in the UFC isn't even in the UFC. Got cut because he lost every fight. I don't know what you do, because like, I don't. From what I saw of Tuchalov there, I don't rate him too highly. And even if Brendan Ribeiro is taking a round of you, it's not great. But Ribeiro, if you're losing to a fellow like that, mate, I'm not sure what's next for you. I've got to be honest. Yeah, it's a very low level fight to start with, but it got better as Sam Patterson gets it done by TKO in the second round. Gets revenge on an Argentinian for that World Cup loss the other week. Absolutely slimes out his unk, who's been around for fucking forever. It was a scary start though. Ponzinibbio came out in the first round, butchered that name, but we don't care. I can't say his name, but comes out in the first round and he's throwing these wild hooks, and he actually catches Sam Patterson very early on in the first round. Sam Patterson, the thing that does scare me about Sam Patterson, when he walks out of exchanges, he does leave his chin up in the air quite high, and that does worry me because he is there to be hit. He is there to be caught with like a wild hook, like Santiago Ponzinibbio. I'm trying to get it right. This video. Caught on him, but after about a minute and a half, 2 minutes, the fight settled down. Sam Patterson got his jab going, and as soon as he got his jab going, it was over from there. Really, momentum was swinging in Sam Patterson's favour. When someone's throwing big wild hooks like that at you, the best thing is straight shots down the middle. I think commentary was saying it as well, but straight shots, because every time he was walking in, Sam Patterson was just popping in that jab, popping his head back. Yeah, like bop bop, popping his head back, and same with the right hand as well, which is actually what he finished with him with. But Sam Patterson composed himself, had a very good round one towards the end, and came out second round and completely dominated. I mean, you can see here 36 strikes to 4, completely dominated. Again, just with the straight shots every time he walked in, bop, bop, You know, like it was an easy work for Sam Patterson in round 2. Hurts him bad, and then absolutely slimes him out with a nasty right hand against the cage, and no follow up shots needed, and that was it. Nasty win by Sam Patterson. Good to see him back in the win column. Like I said in the predictions video, MVP was just a bad stylistic matchup for him. He is for everyone, just the way he fights. It's hard to fight him because he's just landing 2 or 3 strikes, like around, just bouncing around. It's hard to hit him. But Sam Patterson's good. I'd like to see where he goes next. He called out the winner of D-Rod and Medic next weekend. I don't know if he's ready for that yet, but I'll be excited to see that as well. Moving on, we've got Dustin Jacoby versus Mohamed Saidov. This is the first one I got. This first prediction I got wrong on the card. I had Dustin Jacoby to win this one by finish, I think, as well, because I knew next to nothing about Saidov. Now I do. The guy's very, very fast. Very fast. He surprised me. So how did this not get a performance of the night? Bonus, by the way. Who did they give it to? Volt Walker. Okay, fair enough. And this little rat. I'll get to him in a minute, but Jesus Christ. Well, I feel like this deserved a performance of the night bonus. This was a very... in your UFC debut, to put away someone like Dustin Jacoby. Like, this is a guy who's just outside the top 15 rankings in the light heavyweight division. He's putting away with the nastiest finish of the card. Like, come on. Actually, no, Erceg did get finished badly. But either way, it's still a nasty finish from Saidov. Yeah, fight starts out, and I don't know if it was just me, but Jacoby, he was throwing a lot of these like small leg kicks in the first round. Obviously, part of the second until we got finished, but he seemed so hesitant in this fight, Dustin Jacoby. Like, to throw anything with power. He wasn't throwing loads of punches as it was, but he wasn't loading up or anything. He wasn't even putting much power. They were kind of just like tippy tap shots. Whereas Saidov was like proper going for it when he was throwing his kicks and his punches. Felt a lot of spinning back kicks. Saidov didn't land any of them, but he's fast, very, very fast. For a guy who looks a little bit ploddy as well for light heavyweight, he did look a little bit ploddy, but he's not at all. He's really not. He's very, very fast, very good. Yeah, Saidov in the second round catches Dustin Jacoby with a massive right hand, sends him wobbling backwards, and follows it up with a nasty head kick, drops Dustin Jacoby, and finishes up with punches against the cage, and that was it. Massive win for Saidov. He's still undefeated. I think he's undefeated as well. I think he's 9-0, 10-0, something like that. A win like someone against Dustin Jacoby, that's a massive win. You can get massive matchups off of that. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what Saidov does, but nasty win. Nasty win from Saidov. Moving on. We had Volta Walker versus Thomas Petersen. Volta Walker does it again. I don't know why I said Volta Walker by decision in the build-up. I don't know. Gets it done by submission. Of course he does in the first round. 5 straight submissions in a row. He did try his little classic heel hook, but didn't work out. Petersen gator rolled out of it. Ended up getting out, but left his leg in there. And Volta Walker snatched up. And I think it was a calf slicer in the end. Just put all that pressure on his calf, and Petersen tapped. But, yeah, I mean, fight started out. I mean, I just want to say one thing. Volta Walker looks fucking huge compared to Petersen. Volta Walker's a big dude for heavyweight. I think he's like 6'5", 6'6", and he's not really skinny either and like lean. He's like a big dude. Massive. Petersen is a bit of a smaller heavyweight. I think he's only about 6 foot 6'1", but Volta Walker's a big dude. Either way, first round starts out. Both these guys, nothing happens. I don't know where these strikes come. I don't even remember them throwing punches. But they're getting the clinch. Petersen, I think he trips. Volta Walker falls into mount, and Volta Walker straight away goes for the submission. I think it's a big mistake from Petersen to try and clinch up and try and take it to the ground. Big mistake. Should have just kept it on the feet. Is what it is. Fell right into Volta Walker's trap. Locks up the heel hook. Like I said, Petersen gator rolled out of it. As you do. He's obviously been working on that because he knew it was coming. Obviously done the same thing in his last 4 fights. Volta Walker with them heel hooks. And locks up the calf slicer. Gets it done. Volta Walker 5-0. There's some exciting matchups you can give Volta Walker now. I mean, you need to give him a ranked opponent. The guy hasn't fought a single guy in the rankings. He's what, the number 13, number 12 ranked guy in the division now, and he's still fighting unranked guys. Give him someone in the top 10, or give him, someone just inside the rankings. We need to see him versus a ranked opponent. Someone a bit more experienced who's fought guys in the rankings, who knows what they're doing. But I like Volta Walker, and he's promotable as well. Called out Herb Dean as well. I don't mind that call out. And yeah, good. Ismail Bonfim versus Axel Sola. Gets it done in the first round, Axel Sola, by submission right at the end. Like I said, Ismail Bonfim just does not offer anything to most people, but definitely not Axel Sola. What was that fucking game plan from Ismail Bonfim, by the way? Like, guy, what in the Anthony Smith was that shit? He just held on to a single leg while Sola was just repeatedly punching an elbow in his head, and until he got hurt, and fell down, and Sola I can't speak today, sorry guys. Locked up a dash choke and got it done. But like, that is identical to what Anthony Smith did against Dominic Reyes. He literally would not let go of his leg, and Reyes just repeatedly punched him in the head until ref called it. But what the fuck was that? Like, I don't know what he was thinking. Just let go of submission. Let go of the single leg he was going for. He's just getting punched in the head. Eventually got hurt, and that was it. Like, a good win from Sola. I mean, he didn't really have to try particularly hard. It was a good comeback win after that Mason Jones fight. Took no damage. You can get him back in there soon. But what was that? I don't know whether he's trying to do his best Anthony Smith impression or something, but what the fuck was that? Oh Jesus, don't get any better. Abubakar Vagaev versus Saidov Izagakhmaev. Jeez, this was bad. This was really bad. This was first 2 rounds were fucking horrible to watch. At the end of the second round, I was actually contemplating launching myself through the screen. It was that bad. It was really bad. I mean, what else do you expect? This is Team Chimaev versus Team Dagestan. What else are you going to expect from these fellas, yeah? They all fight the same way. It's going to make for a boring matchup. Never let these guys leave the Abu Dhabi prelims ever again. You're staying here for life, boys. You're never getting anywhere on any good card ever again. I was just, like, this was so bad. Third round, he got somewhat interesting. I think Vagaev won the first 2 rounds, 100%. And Izagakhmaev won the third, just because he was being the aggressor, like, on the feet in the third round. He was actually putting a bit of pop behind his punches. You know, he looked angry. He was throwing a lot of anger behind them punches. Just a few jabs. I'm scraping at things here. I'm scraping at clutch. I don't know what. Nothing happened in this fight. Izagakhmaev landed a few shots. Looked angry. Got taken down. Then he tried a few sub attempts. He tried like 3 sub attempts right at the end. Nearly had an arm bar at the end of the fight, but there was actually like 5 seconds left, so you weren't going to get that. But boring fucking fight. Never want to see these guys on outside of Saudi Arabia or Abu Dhabi prelims ever again. Rizvan Kuniev versus Tyrell Fortune. Rizvan Kuniev looked very, very good in this fight. I said this in the predictions video. If you guys watched it, he's very, very good in the clinch, and he's got nasty knees. He clinches up so well and lands knees. Like, this guy's very, very effective. Very, very effective in the clinch. I think this fight was pretty much over from like halfway through round 1. Fortune actually started the fight, landed a couple nice rangy right hands that actually caught Kuniev quite cleanly. But I think it was the end of the first round, Kuniev hurt Fortune to the body with them knees. And I think from there, it was just a matter of time until he got Fortune out of there. Second round, hurt him badly again. I think the commentary was saying, or was it Corner saying something about a broken rib? I'm not sure that's true, but if it did, it wouldn't surprise me. He landed so many knees. But the thing about Kuniev, he looks like Roy Nelson's Dagestani lost brother or some shit like that, yeah. But actually, he's athletic. Like, he was going for some flying knees. He landed a spinning back kick that hurt Fortune. Like, this guy's athletic as fuck. He doesn't look it, but he actually is. I mean, he, like I said, both these guys look like plodders, and they are a little bit ploddy. Don't get me wrong, they're not the fastest. Fortune's actually quite explosive. I've got to give that to him. He's quite explosive. Like, he's got a nice right hand that he comes with very fast. But Kuniev's actually athletic. He's surprisingly athletic, and I think he's a problem for a few people in the heavyweight division. Like, I like Josh Hockett, yeah, but I think this would be a tricky matchup for Josh Hockett, because I don't think you're taking Rizvan Kuniev down. And especially if he lands their knees against Josh Hockett, like, Kuniev's 265, Josh Hockett's like 230. And like Fortune's like around 260 as well. If you're hurting Fortune like that, I'm not being funny, Josh Hockett is gonna feel them knees. I would be worried for Josh Hockett in a matchup like this, or even as someone like Curtis Blades in a rematch, because obviously they had a close fight last year as well. See, Kuniev's good. He had a close fight with Curtis Blades last year, beat up Jaron Almeida earlier in the year, and has beat up Tyrell Fortune. There's some exciting matchups for him, but nastiest knees I've seen in a while. And his third round came out. Literally, you see 1 minute 12 into the third round. Fortune literally had nothing left in him. Yeah, Kuniev lands a massive knee on the head. Fortune drops, and referee calls it. Nasty win by Rizvan Kuniev. Why is this getting fight of the night? It was pretty much a one-sided beatdown. If anything, this should be a performance of the night, not a fight of the night. Like, fight of the night's for two guys that have like a boat. It's an even fight. They're just two fights that are just proper going for it. Yeah, this was a one-sided beatdown. Why are we giving fight of the night to that? Either way, we had John Pork's UFC debut. He gets it done versus Damien Rzepecki by decision. This was a good performance from John Pork. Rzepecki's actually he's a tough guy. He took a lot of damage and his face was completely mashed up from them elbows. You can see from his Muay Thai background, he's got nasty elbows, John Pork. I think it was in the first, the second. So he needs to keep sausage fingers out of Rzepecki's eyes. He had a nasty eye poke. I think it was in the first, or was it the second round? I think it might be in the first. Was it where? Was it? No, it wasn't the first, because then Rzepecki took him down afterwards. But yeah, nasty win by John Pork. Very landed probably 20, 30 nasty elbows throughout the fight. Looked better on the feet. Rzepecki just had no answer. He had no answer to anything Zaynukov was doing. I don't think he landed more than 2 or 3 clean shots on John Pork. John Pork had control of the fight from minute 1. I mean, yeah, Rzepecki got a takedown here, but didn't lead to anything. And all the other takedown attempts Rzepecki threw, shot. John Pork just stuffed him instantly. Rzepecki did some stupid things, like he was going for like spinning back fists and spinning elbows that was like really slow. Like he never committed to them. He was throwing these like spinning elbows and then like hesitating halfway through and just landing himself into trouble. But there's some exciting matchups with John Pork. The guy's entertaining. Probably one of the only entertaining guys to come out of that team in Dagestan. But he's an entertaining guy. He's got really good striking, nasty elbows. There's a lot of exciting matchups to give him. Obviously, he is, 30, 31, so you don't want to, like, build him, but you don't want to rush him either, because, he is 30, so you don't want to keep on building him and giving him, easy guys like this to beat up. But then, like I said, you don't want to rush him, because we don't actually know how good he is yet. He is good, but I'm excited to see more of him, though. I'm excited to see more of him. It's a very good performance. John Pork gets it done. Moving on. Jesus Christ, this is... I haven't been depressed in a while. Watched the UFC fight in this. This was just sad. I'm a big Erceg fan on this. We're big Erceg fans on this channel, alright guys? This was just depressing. And it's also, yeah, I'm just gonna complain about this again, because I complained about it in the predictions video, and I don't even care the fight's done and Erceg lost, yeah? This guy hasn't fought in a year, yeah? Because he got popped for steroids and then gets given a guy in the top 10 of the flyweight division. How does that make sense? You got popped for steroids after being an unranked Charles Johnson, and then you get the number 10 guy in the division. If this, what? How does that even make sense? Disgusting matchmaking. Fuck this guy. More on a serious note, I'm being unbiased. He's powerful as anything. Temirov. It's a very good performance. Erceg, he struggles against these guys. It's like the same when he got finished by Kai Kara France. He struggles with these like shorter, explosive fighters. Like, I don't know why. Like when he's up against someone who's a bit rangier, a bit taller, who won't stand, try and put the pressure on him and try and get up close to him. He does brilliant, Erceg. Like Pantoja, Tim Elliott, Ole Osborne, Matt Schnell. Then again, who hasn't knocked out Matt Schnell? But yeah, Temirov, very, very powerful. Like very, very powerful for flyweight. Slumps Steve Erceg right at the end of the first round. He hurt him. I think he dropped him badly with a right hand. And from then on, Steve Erceg was just running away, trying to see out the round. Couldn't get away from Temirov. Temirov finishes him, lands 2 or 3 nasty right hands again, while Steve Erceg is against the cage and completely slumps him. It was depressing to see. Oh, man, I just feel bad for Erceg, but he needs to. I don't know why. Like he seemed like after a bit of a shaky start, he was getting his jab going again. He was keeping him at range, and then he just. I don't know why he goes in the pocket so much. Like keep at range. You're a long rangy striker at flyweight, which a lot of guys aren't at flyweight. He's a decent sized flyweight, Steve Erceg. Why is he trying to stand in the pocket and trade so close to a guy like Temirov, who's shorter, he's stockier, he's more powerful and explosive? I don't get it, but Temirov, cheating scumbag, is what it is. Gets it done. Very good win though, nasty win. Definitely deserves performance of the night bonus, but still, fuck that guy for popping steroids. Either way, Ankalaev versus Bogdan Guskov. We have a couple Anthony Smith impersonators on the card. What was Bogdan Guskov doing? Wait, hold up, the stats aren't loading. Wait. There they are. This was depressing as well. Like, Jesus Christ, especially after seeing Steve Erceg getting slumped. You don't want to see shit like this. What was this? I mean, people are throwing a lot of shade at Ankalaev. I think it's equal. Both these guys were as bad as each other. Guskov decided not to throw punches the whole fight. I don't know whether his family was being held hostage by Ankalaev's team or something. What was going on? The guy decided not to throw punches. 11 strikes, 15. I don't even think these are real stats. I don't remember him throwing more than 3 or 4 punches around. Ankalaev didn't really have to do anything. He just like plodded around for the first 2 or 3 rounds and just landed nothing. But he was landing a couple jabs here and there, won in the rounds. A few kicks, leg kicks and whatnot. Guskov was throwing a lot of leg kicks early as well, but did nothing. The little leg kicks. And then from round 4, Ankalaev just took him down, completely dominating the whole round. Arguably a 10-8 round here as well, but just nothing with it. Just held him against the cage. This is Ankalaev, the boring Ankalaev that that everyone sees. And in round 5, the exactly same happens, and the weakest TKO you've ever seen in your life. Like, they weren't even massive punches. Guskov just wasn't moving, so you understand why the referee stopped it. Because the fight's not defending himself. Even if they're not massive punches, the fight's not defending himself. You know what I mean? You've got to save him. But terrible main event. What the fuck was this? Never let either of these two main event again. Shit, and you know what's bad as well? We're going to see Ankalaev versus Ullberg for the light heavyweight world title. How depressing is that? That is disgusting. Ankalaev versus Ullberg. Like, Ullberg's not a boring fighter, but I just despise the guy because of what he did to Yuri Pashka, and he's got like 0 personality. Yeah, like literally 0 personality. The wall next to me has more personality than Carlos Ullberg, and that's a fact. Yeah, but Ankalaev versus, like, just put an interim belt. Just get Paulo Costa in the title division. You've got an entertaining fighter who's actually got personality. Just get him in the picture. I'm not having Ankalaev as a champion again. Ullberg is being champion right now is bad enough, but Ankalaev would be even worse, I think, because at least Ullberg gets finishes. Like, he's an entertaining fighter. Somewhat. He's had a few nasty finishes over the years, Ullberg, but Ankalaev, Jesus Christ. But like I said, Guskov's just to blame as well. The guy didn't want to throw punches. He just didn't want to be. He looked like he didn't want to be there from like round 1 or 2. He just didn't look like he didn't want to be there. I don't really know what. I think he would have lost to Jan Blachowicz if he was fighting next weekend. He didn't take this fight. He definitely would have lost to Jan as well. Weak performance from both of these guys. It's just a shit main event. Really sour way to end the card because the main card is pretty terrible. And actually, main card is prelims are good though. Prelims are very, very, very good, except from this fight, Aliev. But prelims are good. Main card is a bit disappointing. A few performances here and there, but just a meh card. Most of these guys will never leave Abu Dhabi or Saudi Arabia and just will keep on fighting the prelims and them cards, thankfully, especially these two fucking guys. Oh my god. But overall, there's a few standout performances. Like, this was a nasty TKO. Good to see John Pork. Great performance from him. Great performance from Kuniev. Ismail Bonfim doing his best Anthony Smith impression. Volta Walker doing his thing. Nasty TKO here. Nasty finish there. Yeah, see, prelims are good. It was an okay card. Serbia predictions coming out tomorrow for you guys who watch me consistently. That's an alright card. Weak main event, but it's an alright card. Anyway, guys, cheers for watching. See you in the next one. Peace.